Becoming the Proverbs 31 woman. The Proverbs 31 woman can be found in Proverbs chapter 31 from verses 10 to 31. Now, we will talk about the topic becoming the Proverbs 31 woman in today's video. But before we go ahead, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and share this video. From the time that Eve was created in the book of Genesis up till now, women have continued to populate the earth. There are various kinds of women on earth, but there is a kind of woman referred to as the Proverbs 31 woman. She's also nicknamed the virtuous woman, and this is because of the many unique qualities attached to her. Now, when we identify these qualities and we inculcate them into our lives, we will also become the Proverbs 31 woman. Now, verse 10 says, "Who could ever find a virtuous and capable wife? She is more precious than rubies." Notice that Proverbs 31 woman is already referred to as a wife. No wonder Proverbs 18 verses 22 says that he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. So there are females who are called women moving all around, but there are females already occupying the position of a wife. So a man can get married to a woman, but he can also get married to a wife. Oh, I think I need to take this again. A man can get married to a woman, but he can also get married to a wife. So in other words, not every woman is a wife. Some are potential wives, but then some are already walking in that placement that God has given to them as a wife. I need you to understand that you do not become a wife in marriage. You are already a wife before marriage. From the scriptures, we see that it is not the woman who gets married that is a wife, but she exists as a wife first before the man finds her. So what makes her a wife even before she gets married? Now that's what makes verse 10 tell us that she is virtuous and she's capable. She has high moral standards and she has strength. She also has a high moral standing. She values herself and she does not do things that are morally wrong. So if you want to be a virtuous woman, you need to pray and you need to have a good moral standing. You need to build yourself up and you need to have the ability to do what you're supposed to do, even in your area of assignment, even in your home, even at work. Now, there's a grace to handle pressure that comes with being on earth. This is a choice that you must make. It might not be easy for people who are not used to this kind of life, but when you decide and look up to Jesus to help you, He will. Verses 11 and 12 gives another clue. Her husband can trust her. She will greatly enrich his life. She brings him good and not harm all the days of her life. Now I have a question. Are you trustworthy? Can someone attest to the fact that you can keep their secret? Are you honest? Are you truthful? Well, if you're not, there's still time to build on it. Practice honesty and truthfulness, and it'll become a habit when you do it intentionally. Are you seen as a liability or are you seen as an asset? You need to understand that at this point in your life, you cannot deceive yourself. You need to truthfully answer this question. If you're an asset, then it means that you're valuable and it means that you keep enriching the lives of people. You keep on increasing in value. If you're a liability, that means that you don't leave people better than you met them, and you need to stop. Maybe this is why people are running away from you, or maybe they never call you for important things. You see, you may ask, how do I enrich someone's life? Well, you can do this by encouraging people, giving good advice, volunteering for good causes. But remember that you cannot give what you don't have. So first focus on building yourself. Read books that will change you positively. Associate with people who will influence you positively. According to Isaiah chapter 1 verses 17, learn to do well. Becoming an asset is something that you learn. And when you do this, you will always bring good to your husband throughout your lifetime. The Proverbs 31 woman is hardworking. Verse 13 says that she finds wool and flax and she busily spins it. Verse 17 says that she is energetic and strong. She's a hard worker. And finally, verse 27 says, she carefully watches everything in her household and she suffers nothing from laziness. The Proverbs 31 woman is hardworking. As we can see from the scriptures, she works diligently and she's not coerced to work. She's not coerced to work. You don't have to poke her with a stick. No. She knows what she has to do. She isn't lazy, and she doesn't have anything to do with laziness. So if you really want to be a virtuous woman, you have to eliminate laziness from your life. Now, if you're enjoying the video, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Another thing that the Proverbs 31 woman is resourceful. Now we see her resourcefulness in verse 14. Now it reads that she is like a merchant's ship. She's bringing her food from afar. In verse 19, it reads that her hands are busy spinning thread. Her fingers are twisting fiber. In verses 22, it reads that she makes her own bedspreads. She dresses in fine linen and purple gowns. And in verse 24, it reads that she makes belted linen garments and sashes to sell to the merchants. She's able to cleverly overcome difficult situations. She's able to make use of things to her advantage. Being a virtuous woman means being a resourceful woman. There's no wasting of resources, no missing of opportunities. She uses every chance that she gets to better her life. She spends her time wisely. In fact, verse 15 says that she gets up before dawn to prepare breakfast for her husband. She prepares breakfast for her household, and she even plans the day's work with her servant girls. Now in verse 18, it says, she makes sure that her dealings are profitable. She makes sure that her lamp burns late into the night. We see that she spends her time doing the right things. When you wake up to social media and you go to bed with social media, you're not doing any wise thing there. When we stay hung up on the lives of others, maybe our nemesis or our favorite celebrity, when we binge watch our series, it's counterproductive. So anything that doesn't bring you value, you have to do away with it. Some people think that you now have to work throughout the day. Now, if you do this, you break down. But another way that you can use your time wisely is to rest. You have to rest. You have to relax. If you work round the clock, in the end, you'll break down and you spend unnecessary time in the hospital. So spending time wisely can also mean taking a very necessary break to rest. The Proverbs 31 woman is business savvy. Verses 16 says, she goes to inspect the field and buys it with her earnings. She plants a vineyard. She has a good eye for business, and that's not just something that you should play with. Now, this doesn't just affect your husband, lady. It affects you too. You earn your own money. You contribute to the household. You can do other things that are profitable without begging your husband for money. The truth is, he will respect you more. Now, others even will respect you more, and you'll be happy with yourself. The Proverbs 31 woman is generous. You cannot take away generosity from a virtuous woman. You have to be willing to help others, because this is an attitude for great people. You must be ready to help others. Now, verse 20 says, she extends a helping hand to the poor, and she opens her arms to the needy. Never feel like others are lazy and shouldn't get help. You can never really tell what's happened, so give, and give willingly. She's also a great planner. Now in verse 21, it says, she has no fear of winter for her household, for everyone has warm clothes. Look, the attribute shouldn't be a surprise, okay? Every woman who wants to be great has to plan. There's this saying that he who fails to plan, plans to fail. And it's true, because if you don't plan, you leave your life to circumstances and other people, and your life will move anyhow, and so will your family. So you have to be a great planner. You have to prepare for every situation that can happen. Verse 30 says, charm is deceptive and beauty does not last, but a woman who fears the Lord will greatly be praised. And above all, a virtuous woman fears God. She values God and she puts Him in everything that she does. She recognizes that God will be the one to direct her path. She knows that it's not by her power or by her strength, but by the Holy Spirit. And what does she do? She leans on God for strength. She leans on Him for strength and grace to do all that she's supposed to. Becoming a Proverbs 31 woman is a process. You can't sleep and wake up and just appear as a Proverbs 31 woman. It doesn't work that way. It's something that you continuously keep improving on. Listen, in God's kingdom, everything grows. God never designed things to magically change, so don't feel pressured if you feel you're not up to a certain level, okay? Now you have to keep working on yourself, And with time, you become a Proverbs 31 woman. It's not a competition, all right? That other women seem to be this woman doesn't mean that you should beat yourself up. It's good to question yourself and it's good to stir yourself up to be better. But anything other than that is a complete waste of time. Now, we all face different battles, so never compare yourself to others. Just focus on becoming. And never forget, being a Proverbs 31 woman will not just favor your husband and your children. In fact, you'll be the first benefactor of what you choose to become, even before others around you begin to reap the benefits of the value. So I hope that all women make up their minds to walk with God. I just hope that they do like they're supposed to do and become virtuous. I pray for you in the name of Jesus that you will take your time and improve yourself. I pray that you will work on yourself to the desired measure and you will become that asset to God's kingdom. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to comment. And also don't forget to subscribe to the video and click the notification icon so that you'll be notified when we post a new video. Thank you for watching and God bless you.